Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this June the 17th, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Tuesday out there so far. Everybody had a great Tuesday evening. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather. That's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the storm system across the lower 48. We also be talking about Tropical Storm Erik, which is located down in the Eastern Pacific off the South American coast and southern Mexican coast as well, which will continue to slowly push on to the west-northwest and kind of become a tropical storm over portions of western Mexico, but also is expected to become a hurricane as well. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. Also, we got scattered activity across South America, Central America, and also portions of the Caribbean Sea, also in portions of the Gulf of America as well, also the eastern and western tropical Atlantic as well. Well, central and western tropical Atlantic. Excuse me. Let's get it right here. Central and western Atlantic coastal waters, and you can see we got some activity bringing some severe weather to portions of the Gulf Coast state, from Louisiana to Mississippi to Alabama to portions of Georgia. We got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings in upstate South Carolina. If you hear a little rumbling in the background, I'm having a thunderstorm while I'm recording this video, so we're having a little thunderstorm here where I'm at here in South Carolina. And also we can see we got activity from Kentucky all the way into West Virginia, also Pennsylvania, and also in the portion of the northeastern U.S. And more activity from back in the portions of Colorado to Montana region as well. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see here we got thunderstorms and showers from New Brunswick to Maine to around Ottawa and Toronto, Canada, to Lake Superior, Lake Huron region, also up here around Michigan, also to Minnesota, through the Dakotas, through Nebraska, Kansas, Texas, scattered activity to New Mexico, also in the portion of Colorado, and also portion of Wyoming and Montana. More thunderstorms and showers for Louisiana, the northern Gulf to the Florida Keys, all the way up into Georgia to south to North Carolina, all the way up to D.C., Delaware, Rhode Island area as well. Shower activity and mixed precipitation over a portion of Washington State, a little bit of shower activity over Oregon. Then we got some severe weather from northeast Texas through Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, all the way to Illinois to Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, portion of Kentucky, and western Tennessee for your Wednesday, and also some heavy rain and flash flooding excuse me, over portion of Michigan as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Wednesday. Alright, here's your Thursday forecast. You can see we got some pockets of thunderstorms and showers over Oregon. They're more scattered to numerous portions of Idaho to Montana to Wyoming, Colorado to New Mexico, West Texas, through the Dakotas to Nebraska, excuse me, through Montana, through Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Michigan, Wisconsin, down to Iowa, also over toward Toronto, Canada, Ottawa, Canada, also in the portion of Maine, New Brunswick, Atlantic coastal water down to the Florida Keys, also much of the Gulf, from Texas all the way to the Carolinas, all the way to New York State. Got some severe weather from North Carolina all the way to New York State, Vermont, and New Hampshire. Would not be surprised to see this could come down a little further. We'll continue to monitor that. And here is Hurricane Erik, which will make landfall sometime in western Mexico, sometime on should be Wednesday or Thursday. So we'll take a look. Like I say, we'll take a look at the path of this Erik at the end of this video. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Thursday. Alright, let's move on to the current watches warning advisory map. Your location across the nation. Alright, we got a lot of flash flood watches and warnings in effect for portions of Pennsylvania to Ohio to West Virginia. Also portion of Virginia, northwest North Carolina, eastern Kentucky. Got severe thunderstorm warnings there as well. There's that cluster of severe thunderstorm warnings over northeast Georgia and western South Carolina. Got one down just around Allendale, South Carolina as well. Got a lot of special weather statements with strong thunderstorms there as well. Got heat advisories up here around New Jersey, Delaware area. More down here in portion of southeastern areas of New Mexico, western Texas, also southern California, portion of northeast Nevada. Also, we got excessive heat warnings down here in portions of New Mexico to Arizona to southern portions of California. Got red flag warnings in Utah and also portions of Washington State. Fire weather watching, special weather statement for western areas of Nevada. Heat advisory is also in effect for Nevada. We got severe thunderstorm watches in effect and warnings for portions of Colorado and the portion of Wyoming and also portions of Kansas. More clusters of showers and storms over areas of Nebraska and also portions of eastern Colorado and also northwestern Kansas. There's more flood watches, also flash flood warnings in effect for portions of Kansas. Tornado watches there as well, stretching into Ohio and North Texas. More flood watches also in effect for portions of Oklahoma and Arkansas. Severe thunderstorm watches and warnings also in effect for North Texas and southwestern Oklahoma. We got some flood advisories over portions of Alabama and Tennessee. Also, we have some air quality alerts in portions of Michigan, Indiana, portions of Illinois, and also Missouri. And the river flood warning still continue for you guys in Missouri, to Arkansas, to Mississippi, to Louisiana, eastern Texas, a little bit in the Alabama region as well. We got a couple of flash flood warnings also in effect for Mississippi. Alright, we got a little bit of small craft advisory around the Outer Banks of North Carolina, more from southern areas of California up to Oregon State, around the Hawaiian Chain Island, Alaska region, inland, flood watches to the north, red flag warnings and heat advisories are also in effect for you guys there in the Alaska region. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. This is for your Wednesday. Alright, we got marginal risk up here around the Philadelphia region to Baltimore to Washington D.C., then from Midland, Texas to Green Bay, all the way with Pittsburgh, Charleston, West Virginia, Nashville, Tennessee, you're included, Wichita to Milwaukee to Detroit, slight risk. Then the enhanced risk stretches east of Springfield all the way up to Fort Wayne and just east of Chicago, you're included as well. Marginal risk up here around Bismarck, the Fargo, and Grand Fork area, as well in North Dakota and Minnesota. General thunderstorm from Maine to Florida to Texas, all the way up to eastern and northeastern Montana. Alright, the tornado probability is going to look like this. Alright, we got 2% from Norman, Oklahoma, all the way up to portion of Cleveland, Ohio. 5% from east of Springfield, all the way up to Detroit, Milwaukee, Chicago, Fort Wayne. You're included in that 5% risk area. Damaging winds look like this. 5% around Minnesota and North Dakota, also up around Washington D.C., and then again from Michigan to Texas. And there's that 15% from Wichita Falls to Detroit, and there's that 30% just east of Springfield to Fort Wayne. Alright, that's for damage and winds. Alright, now let's move on to the large hail. 5% up here around portions of Fargo, North Dakota, Bismarck, North Dakota as well, Grand Forks, North Dakota. Then again from Midlands all the way to Detroit, 15 from Wichita to Chicago. Alright, day number 3 is going to look like this. Okay, marginal risk over here around portion of Montana through Bismarck to Valentine to La Crosse, Milwaukee, up to Duluth, Minneapolis. You're included in that marginal risk. Birmingham to Columbia to Wilmington to Boston to Portland to Rochester. You're in that marginal risk. Slight risk from Charlotte all the way to Burlington, Vermont. Probability is going to look like this. 5 and 15% respectively from Montana to the Maine to the Carolinas here. Alright, now let's take a look at Erik. Alright, here is Erik, located at 3 p.m. this afternoon. I'm going to give you the coordinates. 3 p.m. this afternoon, it was located at latitude 12.9 north, longitude 94.4 west. Maximum sustained winds are near 50 miles an hour with higher gusts. Movement is to the northwest at 7 miles an hour. Was classified as a tropical storm with winds of 39 to 73 miles per hour. Here's a tropical storm force wind in the yellow, and you can remain a hurricane on Wednesday. Then it remains 12 a.m. hurricane on Thursday. Hurricane remaining inland at 12 p.m. Thursday afternoon, Friday morning, at 12 a.m. should remain a tropical storm once again. But as you can see, we have tropical storm warnings in the blue, hurricane warnings in the red, and also we have hurricane watches in the pink. So if you're in that area of Mexico, get ready. A hurricane is heading in your direction. Alright, let's see if we can get back, and I'm going to show you the current tropical outlook for the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of America. You can see right now tropical cyclone activity is not expected during the next 7 days. So, alright, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like these videos, share these videos. We'll catch you back in the next one. Have a wonderful Tuesday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got.